Hello everybody, this is Link 2012 and we are going to be going over some more Dissent concept spoilers today. Oh yeah, I said it right that time. I'm getting good at this, guys. I'm gonna become a YouTube pro someday. So, last time I don't know what we did, but this time we're gonna be looking at monkeys. And critics, but mostly monkeys. These monkeys are amazing. One second, guys, I will find the problem. Aha! Which is this. Do you see this? I'll bet this crosses the chunk border. Yes, it does. You see this number? Goes 0, 15. Ha! I have discovered you, clock. I'll have to fix that later. Nice. Yeah, so if you don't put clocks, if you have to put clocks outside of the chunk border, otherwise they do that stupid thing and they back up and it doesn't work at all. And then that happened. Okay, so we're gonna go back to monkeys. Alright. Here we go. I just didn't kill everything in the world there. So, monkeys. As we can see, these are a fine specimen of, I don't know, what are monkeys as species? What gorilla, yeah, these are gorilla monkeys. And they're holding bricks that you have to use your imagination for that one. You can imagine what those things are. And these guys are pretty cool. Whoa. They actually do a lot of damage, which I wasn't expecting. And they make cool monkey sounds when you hit them. And they drop, what is this? This is they drop fecal matter. Yes. Instead of rotten flesh, these guys will drop fecal matter. See that? They just converted the flesh to fecal matter. These guys are really messed up. Really messed up. Oh look, now we have enchanted fecal matter. What's this? Block protection 4? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like I said, you can just... These guys don't really do much of anything. They're just a melee mob, and they jump around, which is a little bit of a cool factor. Now, you're probably wondering, Link, how does this work? Actually, you're probably not wondering that. You're probably like, Link, show me another cool mob. Which, if you want to see like mob, you can skip to a little bit further in this video. But if not, you're going to have to watch this poor little redstone. So the redstone is actually really simple. This clock here is constantly doing... What is it? Is it doing this? No, it's doing this. The monkeys. So what happens is that every tick it is setting their jump score, and then after that it basically depending on what the jump score is, it makes them jump up and down. Now there's a jump score of 1 and a jump score of 2 if I remember correctly, and what that does is it determines if they are jumping at the same time. So these guys are jumping on one loop, and we can actually get it that way these guys jump on another loop if we just keep spawning them here. See, now these guys start jumping on a different loop. Now, I only programmed 2 loops into this. I've actually gotten advanced at redstone enough since this time, that way I can make an infinite amount of loops, but for this one, they can just jump. One can be up in the air and one can be down, and they make these cool sounds, these cool monkey sounds. Which is done, again, using command blocks. There's not too many command blocks to this, actually there's a lot. These are the sound command blocks. When one is saying the other one's saying ah, and so on. And same with the jumping. The jumping's actually, where's the jumping? This is the jumping. See, they do that every second or so. And then over here is the sounds. Essentially, it's testing for if they are damaged, if they have the hurt time data tag, and then it will play the sound, which is actually a gas scream. And for the flesh conversion into the fecal matter, what we do is we test for if there is rotten flesh around the zombie, and then we just turn that into the fecal matter. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Not too much. Okay, let's go on to the next mob. Alright, here we go. Here's the second mob. These are called the critics, and these are actually really neat. One of the more complex mobs in this game, and actually not very well done. I'm learning to use command block parser, guys, and it's really dandy. I'll actually show you an example of that in a second, but first we have these guys. These guys, they don't want to work. I don't know why they don't want to work. They're broken. Be right back. Actually, I think these guys are working as it's intended. It's just that we're getting a little bit unlucky here. Here we go. Now it's working. Oh boy, yes. These guys, like I said, they're not too well done, and sometimes their arrows will actually hit you, but when they don't, they turn into homing books, books that will track you. It doesn't matter if you're high or low, you can be anywhere really, and they will follow you and explode if they won't reach you in time. Because essentially they have a timer, they will blow up if they go over that timer, but if not, they will just continue following you and explode on you. Pretty neat. These guys, I'm not sure, I think they have weaknesses to melee. Yeah, melee is their weaknesses, and they drop books. That's what they drop. They drop books. It's pretty awesome. I guess we'll fight a few more of these. So this is really cool. You can run away if you say want to like get rid of these books if you're low on health. If not, you can snipe them out. That's their weakness, is to kill them at a range where they're not able to explode you. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go in. Oh, they also drop XP bottles. That's nice. And yeah, so I guess we should go over to redstone for this, and that will be it for today. Alright, let's see if I can remember what's going on here. So, I guess we'll go over the command blocks one by one. Haha, Dissent. Actually, it's mainly just ignore all that stuff over there. That's for the indecisive mages, which is another mob. So this is what summons the armor stand, which we'll get to how that summons in a second. Essentially, this is summoning the armor stand relative to all arrows named missile, and it kills the missile arrows, and does that again, and it does it again even to make sure that they don't exist. For instance, there was some glitches where if they shot a missile, if two of them shot a missile arrow at once, this would constantly stay on, and then they would summon an infinite amount of missiles and such. It's complicated, but essentially that happens. And this is the enchantment table particle that you saw on the mob, and this is to change the you saw, okay, essentially the book that's homing you is actually an armor stand, and with the armor stand, it changes the rotation of it every second, tenth of a second, so that way it looks really real. And then if, say, this the armor stand missile comes within a player, it decides to summon a creeper that explodes, and then it decides to kill all the armor stands and missile, etc., etc., etc. This up here, these are just summoning all the creepers to instantly explode. Oh, this is actually, I think, there's one of these that summons an armor stand. Okay, I'm going to go, actually, this isn't all the redstone, there's a little bit more for the homing and such, and so I'm going to see you when I find that. Alright, here we are, and so here's actually the missile naming, and so what happens is that if there's a critic skeleton, it will set all the names of the arrows around it to missile, and that's essentially what determines to make it spawn the armor stand and such. And I think that here, okay, so this is all for the missile homing stuff. There's 4 basic command blocks, and then there's two sets for the up and down. Now what this is doing is essentially pretend that Mr. We're just going to use Mr. Codename B. Codename B is our player, okay? So it's going to detect if they are within these regions. Pretend that these gray blocks don't exist. It's going to test for if the missile is to his upper right-hand corner, his upper left-hand corner, his downer corner, or this downer corner. And this is essentially the same as the anti-gravity spiders, which I might link in the description. And so it'll test for if those armor stands are up or down. We're going to pretend there's no spaces in between these, it's just for demonstration purposes. And based on what region the armor stand is in, it's going to teleport that armor stand towards Mr. Codename B, who's going to get exploded by all these. So if it's here, it will teleport them essentially in the negative Y direction and in the X or Z direction that indicates that he needs to go towards Codename B. That's pretty simple. That means there's 8 command blocks, 1 for each of these regions. Not too tough, but you have to enter all the different velocities. Another thing about this armor stand doesn't have his anti-gravity on, so he can actually fall, which is pretty cool. So that's what makes it able to track you up and down. We should actually see that here. We should have them track you. Okay, this isn't gonna work so well. Alright, here we go, here we go. So if they shoot at us, it should come up. Yeah, see? Isn't that neat? No, it's not so great when it actually gets all the way up here. But they are able to track you, see? They do a pretty good job at it. It's just because of the armor stand location and such that makes it a little bit wacky. But yeah, guys, that's about it for today. I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure you leave your own suggestions for cool custom mobs. These are just a really basic mob, and to be completely honest, I could have done better with them. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have yourselves an awesome day. Bye bye.